earn that. It wasn't like, okay, they were just going to find me. And I always tell people, like, if you've got the talent, real people will find you eventually. But you have to put in the work.
If you build it, they will come.
Come.
Yeah.
Kevin Costner, man. If you build it, they will come. And this is why. But the problem is, this generation does not want to do the work. They want somebody else to do the work for them.
It's like
they want.
It's like all these Instagram baddies. Like I just looked at one today. It was a guy I was talking to. He owns a. I'm not going to say names. I will never do that. But this guy, he owns a skincare company, and him and his baby mama are like in deals with like Kardashians. And I was like creeping on their profiles tonight, you know, and it's like, I'm totally happy for them, but you can just tell it's like they're not putting in the work, and it shows. You know what I'm saying? Like, in anything you do, it doesn't matter. Put in the fucking work. Don't just sit there and like try to copy and piggyback off of everyone else's success. Like, do your own thing.
But that's what it is. But that's the thing, because everyone is always looking at. It's like when I have a meeting with certain girls or clients that come in, and they're like, I want to be an actress, and I want to be a model, and I want to be famous, and blah blah blah, and they're like, how? And I'm like, and they're like, I got 1 million followers. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care if you have 10 million followers. If you don't have 10 million, do you have $10 million in the bank?
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you can't turn those followers into dinero, it means nothing. And for me, I don't even give a rat's ass about social media. Like I don't care about likes. And this is the problem that I have now, not just in the industry, but in society, is where your value.
Your light went out.
Yeah. Hold on.
Also, someone said something. Hi, hello.
your value, people now, and your worth is like about your follower status. Is about your like status, and I'm like, or they think, for example, and people don't realize because they don't really understand the way that the social media game works. When they see the people that have massive engagement, the Jake Pauls, the fucking King Bosches, understand, one, their demographic is kids. They built their demographic on strictly 16, 13, 12-year-olds.
You don't have to explain this shit to me. Like, I literally, one of my best friends, we weren't best friends. We were okay friends in acting school. Hannah Stocking. She's got 18 million followers, and her demographic is children. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And this is the thing. And listen, if that's your demographic, cool, good for you. If you could turn it into a brand, my hat's off to you.
Right.
But the way that these social media companies pimp out, because yes, when they're in their millions of followers and stuff like that, all these companies are pimping them for that engagement. And that's why now, like when it comes to Instagram, where you've seen the decline, where maybe 2 years ago, you make a post and everybody saw the shit. And all of a sudden you started seeing over the years, like the more you posted, the less you posted, less people were liking, less people were following, less people were, and because now, unless you're willing to pay Instagram to really see that engagement, but I'm like, and this is what I was telling you the other day, I was like, you need to create your own brand. Fuck this OnlyFans bullshit. Fuck all these other platforms. It's why when I, for example, Mel will attest to this. When I was running nightclubs, actually Roger's even on here, who used to work for me. He used to work for me for years. And when I was running nightclubs, I used to hire my staff to basically walk around the fucking nightclub with a clipboard that would have name, email, phone number, address. And Roger will attest to it. Whenever I gave him that duty or any of the stuff, they fucking hated it. Like, why gotta walk around this damn clipboard all night? Like, what? And to them, it was like, okay, pick up girls. It was an easy way for them to talk to girls and whatever. But for me, I'm like, look, these people who are 19 years old, who just started clubbing, at some point, they're going to be in their 20s. They're going to be in their 30s. They're going to be in their 40s. They're going to have families. They're going to have businesses. They're going to have kids. And I was the first person doing this. 4,000 people in my club, and I'm literally having girls with clipboards running around taking names and emails, paying them $50 a night to do it. And no one understood why I was doing this. So he posted, I hated that. Even Roger even posted, I hated that shit. But again, the reason why I had them do it, because I'm like, look, I knew in my head at some point my company name was Alliance Entertainment. Mm-hmm. When I started it in 93.
The year I was born?
Yeah. In 93, I had one vision. Alliance is what you have, which is where you find the best people, different genres, different backgrounds, different ethnicities, different skill sets. Yep. I want to put all these people under an umbrella, an alliance. Entertainment, it's a big ass fucking word. Yeah. Doesn't mean nightclub, doesn't mean film, doesn't mean television. It means everything. You combine them together, Alliance Entertainment. But I wanted to make sure that my brand, my company vision, it was a one-stop shop. If you needed this, you came to us. You needed this, you came to us. If you had a skill set of something that, this is why like when people fill out an application form or submission form through us, and I'm like, and I'll put in a question of like skill sets. And I always have people say, well, even the ones that have no experience in entertainment, like, well, I don't have any experience. I said, I don't care.
You have skills. You have to know your. That's the thing.
Exactly.
You literally like one of the most valuable. All these 4 people watching this right now, like this is a valuable piece of information. If you're an actor, an actress, a model, know what you're fucking good at. Know what you're gonna be cast as. Mm-hmm. You gotta know your shit before they even know it for you. You gotta know it. You gotta tell them. Yeah, I think I'm, Margot Robbie, or I think I'm a fucking Frances McDormand type. Like, you gotta know your shit. Because they already know it. But the fact that you know it and you're saying it to them, they're like, oh, okay, they do. They know it. Like, it goes without saying. Like, no.
But that's the thing. But I look at every talent, every person has something to offer. Mm-hmm. They just have to find it in themselves. And to me, but the biggest problem, as I said, and as I grew the business, I used those same people that I met when they were 19, 20, 30 in the nightclubs who I didn't really know, but let's just say they're they become in a business that I may need to reach out, and rather than pay them and say, hey, let me use your service, I was like, yo, you already provide that? Come into my umbrella. Didn't matter what it was. And then I gave, and I'm like, okay, you see this 2.5 million subscriber platform? When you're now just starting your business and you're trying to figure out where can I get customers, I already have them. So it's a win-win.
You're waiting for people to prove to you that you're not going to open up, as you say, your black book. Put your brand, your fucking company, your name on the line for these individuals, and then them make you look bad.
Which is what many times mistakes that I made over the years, because I always tried to believe in people. I always tried to believe, because I came from an era which was pay it forward. I came from an era where, I wanted to bring my whole crew with me. Mm-hmm. Like, if I win, we all win. But it was like, and Roger's on your test, like, me and him had fights because I've in the past, I was like, you guys don't get it. Like, you don't get the bigger picture. Like, I'm trying to, you may think like all this little things you're doing that I had them do. They were like, oh, I don't want to do this. Even though I was paying them, and I was still paying them, even when they weren't worthy of even getting the money. Still take care of them. Mm-hmm. But it was for me saying, okay, if I can't trust you with this small shit, how can I trust anybody with the big shit? Right. Exactly. So that's when it, as I said, but when you reach to a certain point in life, when you start going like this, and you got people around you that are still playing it safe, because many people want to just play it safe. They just want to go through the routine. They want to work a 9-to-5 job. They want to go to college. They want to get married. They want to have a baby, and then call it a day. That's it. They call it a fucking day. And then for me, I'm like, no, I'm not. I mean, listen, that's good for you. That's your plan.